What's happening, guys? It's Abhinav from Phone Bunch, and today we are back with another unboxing. This is the Zopo Hero 1. Now, Zopo is still a relatively unknown brand in India. They have launched 3 phones, this being the third one. You have a 720p HD display here, a quad-core MediaTek MT6735, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, 13 megapixel rear and a 5 megapixel front camera. So pretty generic stuff in this price bracket. Let's have a look what we get inside the box though. So you have your user manual right there, you have a micro USB to USB data syncing and charging cable. You get a headset in the box which do look like old Apple EarPods. And you do get a charger in the box. It's rated at just 1 amp, so no fast charging over here. And there's your 2500 mAh battery to keep the device running. And don't eat that one. You should throw that away. Yeah, just like that. So let's get back to the phone again. The Zopo Hero 1 is priced at about Rs 12,000. And while every manufacturer is striving towards making metal smartphones in this price bracket, they decided to go with a faux metal finish, but it still feels good to hold in hand. On the right you have the volume rocker and power button, both offer decent feedback. They are not too clicky and they are not too mushy either. At the bottom you have your micro USB port and the primary microphone. Now moving to the back, you have the 13 megapixel camera, LED flash. The back cover in itself is quite alright, doesn't bend or flex. And you can see those 2 SIM card slots, both are micro SIM card slots, and you have a micro SD card slot right up there as well. Overall the build feels pretty decent. It is a light smartphone, does feel good to hold in hand, doesn't feel cheap. Now at the top you'll find a 5 megapixel camera, proximity and light sensors, and that 5-inch display with those huge black bezels on the side. Now yes, we have gotten a bit used to them with the CoolPad Note 3, CoolPad Note 3 Lite, but yes, on the wide variant they are quite easily visible. Now you have a 5-inch HD display as I said earlier. Viewing angles are quite decent, color reproduction is decent as well, it seems pretty sharp at this resolution. Now if I just add a quick word about software, we have ZUI or Zopo UI running on top of Android 5.1 Lollipop. Now there's not much of customization here, you can see it's pretty stock Android, just a new launcher and no other changes here. So you can see right there Android 5.1 Lollipop right out of the box on that one. And out of the 16 gigs of storage, you'll get about 10-11 odd gigs when you get the device. And we'll check later if USB OTG is supported or not. And you can see out of that 2 gigs of RAM, 1.4 gigs is free after the first boot. So yes, there would be plenty of RAM for multitasking. And given that this one just has a 720p display, yes, you are going to get some decent multitasking out of it. Now there are some weird gestures on the device and they don't work at all. Most of the time that I've tried them, they just simply don't want to work. But double tap to wake, that is something I can get on board with. There is no fingerprint sensor on this device, which is becoming quite the norm these days, especially in this price bracket. And coming to that rear camera, it does take a little bit of time to focus in. You can see that right here. Exposure controls seem to be good and images did have some detail to them. You can see that here as well. Overall, it seems like a pretty decent camera, but yes, I did notice a little bit more noise when I zoomed into the images. If I just go back to performance one more time, this is the MediaTek MT6735 running on this device, which we have seen to perform quite well in other devices as well, including the CoolPad Note 3 Lite. It performs well in gaming, in general tasks, but the pricing on the smartphone is something that I am not on board with. At 12,000 rupees, maybe Xiaomi and Lollipop have spoiled us with their metal smartphones, but even the Moto G3 is a far better offering than this one. So Zopo definitely needs to check the pricing on their smartphones to make a mark in this very competitive segment. Well folks, that's it for this video. If you do want to see the review of the Hero 1, do hit us in the comment section and hit that like button as well to tell us that. Thanks for watching and as always, have a great day.